Mogul Motivation, educating and empowering entrepreneurs 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor. The definition of maturity date is when an investment, a CD, a bond, is repaid to the investor. That's what the definition of maturity date is. And as entrepreneurs and dream chasers, that is the day that we long for. We want to be repaid for all the money, all the time, all the energy, all the sweat, and all the tears that we have invested into our dream. Because we have been doing it for so long that we begin to feel depleted. I'm a perfect example of that. On last week's episode, I was depleted, but I kept going anyway. I had to continue to push through. Even though that maturity date wasn't last week, the maturity date isn't even today. I still had to push through and continue to pour more of my time, more of my effort, more of my energy, more of my money into this dream that I have. Because I know that one day that maturity date is going to come. That maturity date is going to come when everything will be paid back with interest. The success, the money, the freedom of time, all of these things will come. But see, there's a double entendre to what a maturity date is. Not only is a maturity date the day when everything is going to be paid back to you, the law of the hustle, when you put in all of this work and the results come to you twofold, tenfold. The other side of that is your maturity date isn't going to arrive until your vision matures. So it's a double entendre. Maturity date when you get repaid, and a maturity date when your vision finally matures. Again, using myself as an example from last week, I was frustrated on this podcast. I said it. I was very transparent about that. But I promise you, 2 days after that, it was last Friday, the light bulb went on. And this business plan that I had been working on, if we're going to be honest, that I had been working on for 9 years, but seriously, it started to evolve over the course of those 9 years. The light bulb went on, and it dawned on me that this business plan that I've been sitting on, working on, and changing and evolving for 9 years, I've been going in the wrong direction with it. The reason why I had so much doubt, the reason why I had so much fear, so much anxiety, and the reason why I wasn't seeing the results I wanted to see is because I was going in a totally different direction with this business plan than what I should have been going in. So the light bulb went on, and I realized this is what I really need to do. It's like my faith spoke to me and told me, all right, you had your hissy fit. Now listen to what I've been trying to tell you. And I heard it, and I realized what I had to do. And now it's just like I'm in better spirits. I'm not saying that I'm not going to get frustrated again. I'm not saying I'm not going to get disappointed again. But what I am saying is I feel more empowered now because my vision finally matured. You see, the reason why we don't get success overnight is because our vision isn't mature yet. You might have a great idea today. You might have a beautiful business plan today. And if you get that $1 million investment that you've been looking for, that you think you need, you're going to blow it. You're going to waste it. Your business is going to crumble. That's a fact. Because 5 years ago, this same business plan that I'm talking about, I was seeking a $15,000 investment. If I would have got that $15,000 investment with that business plan then going in the wrong direction, I would have been $15,000 in the hole. I didn't know that then, but I know that now. The reason why you're not getting what you need right now is because your vision isn't mature enough yet. Your vision has to continue to become more and more clear in your mind. And as long as you continue to stay focused on it, as long as you stay consistent, it's going to become sharper in focus. It's not going to be as blurred as it is right now. So the maturity date definition is a double entendre. As dream chasers, as entrepreneurs, we yearn for the maturity date when we can be repaid for everything that we have done, for all the energy, all the money, all the work we put in. But the flip side of that is the maturity date isn't going to come until your vision matures. Your vision has to mature. And how do you know when your vision matures? You will know. The light bulb is going to go on in your head, just like it did for me last week. 2 days after I had last week's podcast, the light bulb went on. 9 years later, the light bulb finally went on. Think about that. You're going to know. You're going to have that feeling. You're going to have that intervention. You're going to have that unstoppable sense of, wow, this is it. And only you will know when that moment comes. That's why it's so important you do not abandon your dream. That's why it's so important, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how frustrated you are, that you do not stop. That you continue to be that relentless monster. You continue to activate that mogulism in your veins. That's why it's so important, ladies and gentlemen. So let's continue to work. Let's continue to imagine reality. You don't know when that date is going to come. You don't know when that maturity date is going to arrive. It could be today. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. You don't know. 24 hours can change your life for the better. You can quit today, and tomorrow you might have had that opportunity that you've been preparing for. You have to keep going, because once your vision becomes mature, your maturity date is soon to follow. If this podcast has benefited you in any way, shape, or form, I ask for 2 things. Number 1, leave a 5-star review. And number 2, please pass it on to somebody else who may benefit from it as well. Have a great day. I'll talk to you next week.